Hey, it's Ryan Gillard here with Real Broker, and in this video I'll just go over our monthly market stats and I'll let you know what happened for April. And so to start off with, our sales were up again. It's still a bit of a hardcore seller's market. Lots of sales activity. They are up 7.3% over last year, which was also a very strong year. So sales are up, and we're actually up about 37% higher than long-term trends for an April. So there was a lot of activity this past April. For new listings, there were 3,491 new listings that hit the market. That is up 11.5% year over year. So we are getting more listings coming to the market. Again, the problem is there's just so many people coming to Calgary that they're taking up all the listings, they're buying everything. So we haven't been able to kind of balance our market out. It still favors the seller. And if we look at our active inventory, there's 2,711 homes for sale in Calgary, and that's actually down 16.2% compared to last year, which is also a year with very little inventory. So buyers are really feeling the crunch right now. I've got a whole bunch of buyers looking for condos and townhouses, and it's quite miserable for them. You have to compete, you have to be unconditional many times, and it's not too much fun if you're a buyer in this market. So we're still facing the hardcore sellers market. Now there is a bit of a separation here. Homes that are priced below $500,000, that's a very tough market. Those homes are not sitting on the market very long. But homes over $700,000, that market's kind of balancing out a little bit. So there's still not a huge amount of inventory, but we're starting to see some separation in the price. And I think that's because of high interest rates. Everything's so expensive in Canada right now that people are just being pushed into condos and townhouses and entry-level single-family homes that are below $500,000. And our months of supply, 0.94. Again, this means if nobody could list a home for sale in Calgary, it would take 0.94 months to sell all the homes currently on the market. And that's shocking because a lot of the homes that are staying on the market, that are in this ratio, they're the ones that are like overpriced, or they have bad locations, or they're just like a real mess. So it's not, we're not seeing a huge amount of really nice properties sit on the market. Pretty much everything that's nice, it's getting sold right away, it seems like. And this is a first for me. The total residential price, the average total residential price is $603,700. I've never seen it that high before. Before COVID, this number used to be like $400, $450. So our prices are really up. The detached price average about $750, up 13.1% year over year. Semi-detached $668, $400. That's 12.9% up over last year. And if you're not too sure what that is, semi-detached is a duplex. Sorry. Row houses, townhouses, average price $458, $100, up 20% year over year, huge increase. And apartments up to $346,200. That is also up 17.7%. So if you've been following along, I do these every single month. Not much of a change, not much inventory. Prices are up, and buyers are competing for homes. So there's not too much that has changed if you've been following along. I already mentioned this. The big one here is there is some separation in detached homes. Once you're over $700,000, the market's becoming a little more tolerable and balanced. And the other big thing here, row houses and condos and townhouses, that market is very tough as buyers are being pushed into lower price ranges. Regionally speaking, here are the average prices. Now this is the average of single family, townhouses, condos, duplexes. And I'll start off with the city center, $618,400. Again, most of the condos in Calgary are in the city center, so that actually drives the price down. But if you're looking at a single-family home in the city center, quite pricey. On the west side, $721, up 9.7%. Northwest, $657, $700, up 11.2%. The north, the south, and the southeast, they're always kind of similar around between $550 to $600. So these are $594, $900 in the south. In the southeast, $592, $700, and in the north, $573. And then the more affordable parts of Calgary, northeast and the east side. So I'll start with the east. $441,800 is the average, up 22.8%. big increase. And in the Northeast, 522,100 had a 16.2% increase. And I will just skip ahead here. So you can see the graph here. The blue is the months of supply. This is like the inventory on the market. You can see kind of 2015 to 2020, it was kind of rising each year. These were more of our recession years. And then when COVID hit, just the complete opposite. You can see the inventory just dropping every single year. This is the lowest I've ever seen it. So just not much inventory at all. Eventually, this is going to change. I just don't know when. Nobody does. It's like predicting the stock market. But you can see the trend is just dropping. And if we go sector by sector, comparing this year to last year, so for detached properties, there were 1,321 sales. That's up 1.38%. Not much of a change there. New listings is up 10%. So hopefully this trend continues because we do need more inventory coming to the market. But the overall inventory is down. So there's more homes being listed, but the buyers are snatching them up. There's a huge movement into Alberta, and people need homes, so it's hard to maintain a lot of inventory. Months of supply below 1 month, 0.92. Days on the market, 19. Very quick. This is including the pending period. So this tells you that lots of offers are unconditional, or they just have very quick condition timelines. Benchmark price $749, median price $725. I prefer the median price of $725. Condos, there were 822 sales, up 12% over last year. New listings are up about 10.53%, so that's a good sign. But again, the inventory is actually less than last year. So again, buyers are taking up all the inventory, down 12% compared to last year. Months of supply, 1.16. This is shocking because we used to have about a year's worth of supply for condos. And this is interesting as well. Sales to list price ratio, 100%. So if you're a buyer out there and you're maybe 20 grand below the list price, you're probably not going to get it. Sellers are getting their price and more right now, it seems like. And if we look at detached homes, sorry, I skipped over that part. It's 102% of list price. So sellers are actually getting over list price for the home when they're selling it. It's a bit of a crazy stat. If we look at duplexes, sales are up 9.44% over last year. New listings are also up, but again, inventory, same old story. All the buyers are picking up all the homes available. So the inventory is down close to 30% compared to last year. Months of supply is 0.82. Again, 102% sales to list price ratio. So the same old story. I'll skip over to townhouses. Sales are up 16% over last year, and inventory down about 14%. Months of supply is down 26% over last year. So 0.7 months of supply. I don't think I've ever seen a number this low, and I've been licensed since 2012. So this is just shocking. And sales to list price ratio, 103%. Again, you got to be over list price if you're a buyer trying to secure a condo or a townhouse or anything pretty much in this market. Days on the market, 19, and the median price is $462,500. And I'll just skip over to the end here. Just because a buyer asked me this recently, what do I think is going to happen going into the future? So I'm looking at last year. We can see at the bottom here the price index. It starts at 242, 247, 251, 255. So each month the prices are going up, and you can see it in the price index. I look at our conditions right now for 2024. There's less homes for sale, and there's more buyers and people moving into Calgary. And real estate is just supply and demand. So looking at this, I would say going forward, I could see the same thing happening that did last year, and that was prices went up every single month, and it's still a hardcore seller's market. So if I'm thinking about this logically, I would say if you're a seller and you don't have to sell, I'd probably hang on because the prices are probably going to go up. If you're a buyer and you're waiting for the interest rates to drop, which I don't think is going to happen, you might price yourself out based on what's happening with the supply and demand and the price index. So it's a bit of a tough time for a buyer, but as a seller, you couldn't pick a better time. And again, this is my thoughts. If you have any questions at all, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to help you out. Thank you.